Hello and welcome to my channel where we are making a gourmet tasting cake using a box mix. And today we are making a pumpkin spice leches cake complete with a cream cheese whipped cream. So stick around while we make something boxed, but better. The first thing we need to do is separate 5 egg yolks and egg whites into 2 bowls, putting the yolks in the larger bowl and the whites in the smaller bowl. Add a small 9-ounce box of yellow cake mix to the egg yolks. Add 1/3 cup of whole milk and 1/3 cup of canned pumpkin pie filling. Since the pumpkin pie filling is already spiced, we are going to add only a 1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon, and then mix together on high speed until well incorporated for about 2 minutes. If you aren't using a pre-spiced pumpkin pie filling, then you can always season a can of pumpkin filling to your desired taste. If you want something more specific, here's a guide to some spices that I like to add. Once your batter is mixed, it's time to work on the egg whites. Whip your egg whites on high speed until it looks very similar to whipped cream and forms stiff peaks when you remove your beaters. Whipped egg whites do break down over time, so immediately mix it into your batter. Do 1/2 and fold it in before doing the second half. This will help to keep the batter nice and fluffy and aerated so that it will come out as a sponge cake. Gently fold by doing a roundabout scooping motion starting from the bottom and going over the top. Once you do the first half of your egg whites, add the second half and fold these even more lightly. You still want to be able to see some chunks of the egg whites in the batter. This cake is baked in a 13x9, also known as a 1/4 sheet pan. But I'm not doing that today because I am actually making 2 cakes, one for a lucky friend and one for me. So I'm doing an 8x8 square and a loaf pan. Lightly grease your pan before adding your batter. And the goal is to try not to deflate this batter as much as possible, so only use your spatula when needed, and let gravity do the rest. Using your spatula to spread out the batter can still deflate it, so instead we are just going to give our pans a gentle jiggle and a light tap on the table to make sure that it's evenly across the pan. Now we are going to bake this at 350 degrees Fahrenheit. It should take about 30 minutes for this cake to be done. 2 ways to tell it is done is that it's golden brown on top, and if you lightly touch it with your finger, it will spring back to the touch. Let your cake mostly cool before poking holes in it with your fork. You want to poke a real generous amount of holes. This will help the milk to soak up much more easily. Continue to let your cake cool as we mix up our milk mixture. In a medium-sized mixing bowl, we are going to add a 1/4 cup of whole milk, 12 ounces of evaporated milk, and 14 ounces of sweetened condensed milk. Mix until all 3 milks are well blended together. Pour your 3 milks over the top of your sponge cake. You may have to do this in increments to allow it to soak up in between each pour. Since I did 2 cakes, I divided the milk up accordingly, but if you are doing the 13x9 pan, this will take the entire bowl of milk. Once you have added the milk, cover the cake and let it chill in the refrigerator while we make our cream cheese whipped cream. In a microwave-safe bowl, add 2 ounces of cream cheese and microwave it in 10-second intervals until it is very soft, like room temperature butter. Next, add 2 tablespoons of granulated sugar, 1 tablespoon of vanilla instant pudding mix, and 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. Mix these ingredients together until creamy. Next, we are going to gradually add 2 cups of heavy cream. I recommend starting with about a 1/4 cup of heavy cream and mixing it until it is creamy, and then adding about another 1/4 cup. Then work your way up to 1/2 cup increments until it is completely added in full. Mixing the heavy cream in small increments like this will help keep it from getting lumpy. Once you have fully added your heavy cream, mix it on high speed until your whipped cream forms stiff peaks. Scoop your whipped cream on top of your cake and spread it out by pushing it gently with your spatula in a side-to-side motion. Once you finish icing your cake, top it gently with some cinnamon, then cover and place it in your refrigerator for at least 1 hour to allow it to set up before serving. I have to say, this cake is probably one of my most favorite recipes that I've created yet. It's simple yet insanely delicious. Even my cameraman was standing with a fork in hand ready to snatch up this slice as soon as I finished filming. And there you have it, our delicious pumpkin spice leches cake. Thank you for joining me. I had a wonderful time and I hope you did too. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them in the comment section below and I will do my best to answer them, and I will see you next time on Boxed But Better with Genna. And there you have it, our delicious pumpkin tres leches cake. Do you roll the R like that?
I don't know.
Alright, I'm just gonna say it simple.